I'm Alice and I'd like to welcome you once again to Whistlebare, our family farm here in Northumberland in the UK. Here we farm Angora goats for their mohair and Wensleydale sheep for their beautiful long wool, and we produce knitting yarn. So today I'm going to be telling you a little bit about our life on the farm and what goes into producing that yarn. If you'd like to know more about us, you can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Ravelry, YouTube and Twitter, all of which we're Whistlebare. Or you can find us at www.whistlebare.co.uk. In this, our second episode of Yarns from the Farm, we are going to be showing you a few new things. We will of course be looking at what we've been knitting, and we will of course be seeing lots of goats and probably sheep. But also I thought it might be time to introduce you to the slightly less glamorous side of farming life. It's all very well cuddling baby goats, but unfortunately those baby goats have to be mucked out and scrubbed and generally looked after, and believe me, sometimes it's not that appealing. So I thought you might like to see some of the less exciting jobs here on the farm. Also, I thought it might be nice to introduce you to a few other attractions around here. And very recently I have discovered a lovely new business that's just up the road. Two sisters who've got together and are starting a flower farm. I've been over there and I've bought some of their flowers and they are divine. So I will be showing you those a bit later on. This month's Yarns Around Northumberland, we thought perhaps we would show you our other yarn, and that is Cuthbert Sock. This is our special colourway this month. It's called Moorland Mist. It's a soft purpley grey, and we've used it to knit our brand new pattern, which is called Meandering Monk, in honour of St Cuthbert. So here we are at Cuthbert's cave, just trying to give you a little bit of an idea of what a beautiful, tranquil place this is. It's only a very few miles from Whistlebare, so maybe one day you might visit us in the studio, perhaps buy a bit of knitting, you never know, have a little walk up here and settle down in the sunshine to cast on. Really couldn't be more lovely. Hello everyone, this is Dreama. She is one of our lovely pedigree Angora goats and she's an absolute sweetheart, and she's particularly a very, very good mum. Dreama knows all about looking after her kids and making sure they get the very best start. Unfortunately, Dreama doesn't have the best fleece in the world. Her mohair tends to be a little bit coarse. So we are not keen to have her offspring in our breeding herd, because we're putting a lot of attention into trying to breed goats with the very best mohair that we can produce. So this year, instead of having her own kids, Dreama has been a recipient for embryo transfer. So we have chosen one of our very best Angora goats, who I'll be introducing you to later. That's Blossom, and we flushed her, as it's called, to get embryos to put into some recipient goats. Blossom did very, very well. She produced 18 grade 1 embryos, which is remarkable. So Dreama here, lovely Dreama, good girl Dreama, was implanted with 2 embryos, and as you can see, she's done very, very well. Come here, little chap. She has produced twins. So this is one of Dreama's twins. Isn't he absolutely lovely? He's very small. Dreama managed to have 2 kids. One is very big, just hiding there, and this little tiny chap. But he was strong and fit from the moment he was born, and he got straight up and he sucked from his mother, and Dreama has been taking very good care of him. So we're very, very proud of her. Unfortunately, Dreama and the other recipient goat, who also had twins and is doing a beautiful job with them, they all had boys. Every single kid is a boy. And we were really, really hoping for girls, bring up our number of really good quality breeding does. But there you go, you can't win them all. We've got some gorgeous boys, and we've still got another 12 embryos that we can do the transfer with this year. So hopefully next year we might get some little girls. You never know. Okay. Isn't he gorgeous? There you are. This is Blossom, the goat on the left with the blue ear tags and the flyaway horns. Blossom was bred in Wales by Sylvia and Graham, and she was the champion doe at the Royal Welsh Show and first in her class at the British Angora Goat Society Breed Show. What makes Blossom really special is the quality of her fibre. Mohair is categorised by how thick the fibres are. Generally, the finest fleeces are from the youngest animals. However, genetics are also very significant, and Blossom here, even though she is 9 years old, is still producing young goat fibre. As fine, soft fibre is the holy grail here at Whistlebare, we are keen to make the most of Blossom's genetics. In her life, she has had 13 kids, 9 of them here at Whistlebare, so she is a very prolific mummy goat. As she is getting older now, we decided that the best way to continue her line was through embryo transfer, and so giving Blossom a break from having babies. Of course, the doe is only one half of the equation. A male goat is required too. This is Havelock, our principal breeding buck. Here he is being escorted by some of the junior goat slaves from his winter housing to his spring pasture. As you can see, Angora bucks have truly magnificent horns, which are very useful for moving them around. Fortunately, both Havelock and our other buck, Alf, who is actually one of Blossom's sons, are both perfect gentlemen. We have never had any cause to be concerned about the weapons on their heads. Later in the year, we are hoping to buy a new buck imported as an embryo from South Africa via Australia. But more of that another day. So, what have we been knitting? Well, in the last episode, I showed you some yarn and told you about the lovely Nuuk jumper that I was going to knit from Laine Magazine. Well, perhaps you'd like to see it. It's in my very, very favourite project bag. This beautiful bag is knitted by Sarah from Woolly Originals, and not only does she design the patterns and knit the fabric, but in this bag there are lovely little skein holders as well, which button into the bag. So this is my favourite project bag, and I'm only really telling you about that to distract you, because in it is my Nuuk jumper. I haven't even cast it on. Oh, the shame. I really thought that I would be wearing it by now, and I haven't even wound the cakes. My only excuse is it is killing time and it is lambing time and all the children are on holiday. And yes, I'll just put it back in the bag, and hopefully by next episode I will have some progress to show. Tess is doing much, much better with her Nuuk jumper. It's definitely Oh, it's got a neck, the raglans are done, and it's most of the way down the body. But she's not here today, so I can't show it to you. Hopefully I will get a chance to do some more filming before we release this episode. I have got something finished I can show you. Same colours as my jumper last week, because I cast this on the train when I finished my jersey. This is Maylene hat, also from the same Laine magazine, and I love it because, again, it's warm and snuggly because it's in our Aran weight Yeavering Bell, held together with the 4-ply, just the same as our jumper. But because it's got this really long ribbed brim, it gives this beautiful big cuff that holds on your head really nicely. Let me show you. So once again, up here in the frozen north, it's properly warm and snuggly. Filthy job of the day? Cleaning out this skanky water trough. This is the field that we've got ready for the girls and their babies to come out to have their first bite of spring grass. But as well as grass, they must have clean water. So I'm here to bail this out and give it a good scrub so it's nice and clean for them to come out to this field, hopefully tomorrow. And here they come. This is the first time our breeding does have been out this spring, and it's the first time that their kids have been outside ever. Come on then. Come on in, girls. Come on then. As this is their first time out, I have to show them the way. But from now on, they will be free to come in and go out as they please. Here's Eileen. She probably dropped round for a cup of tea. Bet she didn't realise she was going to have to work for it.
Oh my God!
delicious is that spring grass? And have you checked out your nice clean water trough yet? Now, I believe I promised to tell you about my latest discovery. Well, look at this. Isn't that divine? So pretty. After yarn, cut flowers are definitely my most favourite thing. Flowers are just so beautiful, they can't help but brighten up any day. And the scent is just lovely. Now these are from Ginger House Garden. Now Ginger House Garden is just up the road at Horncliffe. For those of you who've been around here, it's near the honey farm. And Stephanie and Alexandra, I think, are two lovely sisters who have started this flower farm. And this is my first posy from them. And I realised sitting here, I should have talked in more detail to them because now I can't tell you the names of the flowers. Love flowers though I do, my knowledge is abysmal. I can tell you that there's daffodils and there's narcissi, but these beautiful little lanterns, I don't know what those are called. So if anybody can tell me what the lanterns are called, I would really appreciate it. Anyway, I'm hoping to get flowers from Alexandra and Stephanie quite often because I think they will be perfect to photograph with my yarn to show you all. As well as these, I bought this lovely little Easter bouquet. This one's tulips and narcissi. I know what this one is. And they had brought them today over to the Easter market. And I had such trouble choosing which ones to buy because I think you'll agree they are really, really pretty. So we're coming to the end of this, our second episode of Whistlebare's Yarns from the Farm. I hope you've enjoyed having another little insight into the farm and what we do here. Please, if you have any ideas of anything you'd like to see more of or any suggestions, please put them in the comments below because I would love to hear from you and would really like to know what it is you like to know more about. On that theme, I would really like to say thank you very, very much to everybody who watched our last episode and was kind enough to leave feedback and to make suggestions of names for girl kids. I've got a whole list of names here. We've got Edith and Erin and Ellie. Ellie was very popular. Eva, Elizabeth, Ermentrude, Esther, Ira, Esmeralda, Eliza, the list goes on. Thank you so much for that, everybody, and hopefully we will be using all the names because we've got 21 little girls to name. Ellie, however, won't be on the list, even though that was the most popular suggestion, because we already have a goat called Ellie. I was going to introduce her to you in this episode, but she has shown herself to be very camera shy. And I haven't managed to get any nice footage of her at all. So as and when I do, then I will introduce you to Ellie. In the meantime, I hope you've enjoyed meeting Dreama and Blossom and Havelock and all the other girls and their babies frolicking about. And I'll see you again in a couple of weeks' time. Maybe I've done some knitting by then, you never know.